fighter should be a good one. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. Terri Harper tipping the scales at 60.8 kilos. She's got a reach of 165 centimeters. From her will be super bad. Seniesa Estrada, 157 centimeters tall and has a 63-inch reach.
There's a massive height difference here. One fighter has to be smart, sharp, depend on that boxing skill. And
Terri Harper. She won the IBO lightweight title in 2019 and the WBC lightweight title in 2020. Seniesa.
This bout is scheduled for
expectations are. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Throws the jab and doesn't score. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. The crowd here cannot wait. They've been buzzing all day long, and finally, we're about to get it on.
You have certain fighters that are born for this, that are made for the big crowd. And look in that corner right there, that is that fighter right there. They have elevated, lifted, it's like they're not touching the ground. This is what they were born for.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. You know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That jab scores. Nice counter shot. Miss with that jab. Beautiful counter punch. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Harper in that last round. And there's the bell for round two. That last round was a debacle. Let's see if she can get things righted here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
A typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
No rest for the weary. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Some nice exchanges from both women in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Harper in that last round. Well, let's see what the corner has to say. She needs some sort of inspiration, a different game. And there's the bell for round 3. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
Catch and shoot. Didn't land that jab. She scores with that counter. The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. That counter shot lands. Missing with that right hook. Seniesa Estrada is hurt. And right back into the fray.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again.
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Harper.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. She got clipped by that counter. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Terri Harper just got rocked. Looks like they've shaken it off.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back in.
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Terri Harper in some serious trouble here. Harper is down. I don't know, I gotta take another look at that.
Even I've got to see that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you continue.
Let's talk about Harper. There's the bell to start round 5. Well, the corner will try and shake out the legs, dump some cold water on her. give her the motivational speech, but it's up to her, Johnny. She's got to find a way to dig deep and get back into this fight.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They've staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This shot.
Well done with that counter shot. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Harper got clipped. That was the moment.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
How about that time counter shot? Incredible work rate. Swing and a miss with that hook. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Harper in that last round. Let's start the
change it. An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
catches and counters. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
And that jab just missed with the left hand. Stamina is off the charts. Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Hold it right there. Terri Harper just got rocked. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Harper in that last round. Round 7, here we go. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
She just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. Nice counter. Good counter punch. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
just ate that punch. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. A lot of effort being exerted here. Nice counter shot by her. Good counter punching. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Harper in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage. And we enter the 8th round. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
A perfect counter shot. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagan and pickpocket him.
Holding nothing back here in the round. Trying to land that jab. He wasn't ready for that counter. A perfect counter lands. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
The problem with having a chin that everybody knows if they hit you, you're hurt, you're gone. You've got to protect that, but you've also got to get your shots off. And they forget, you can bang too.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Estrada in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Get back into the fight. Keep smart.
Okay, now you're switching off.
Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch, counter punch. There's a counter shot. Swing and a miss with the jab. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
Good counter shot by her. A lot of effort being exerted here. Just missed with that jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Harper in that one. There's the bell to start round 10. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing them down. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown their shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Can't find a home in that jab. They're expending a lot of energy in this round. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad.
We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Gritt. Terry Belt.
This bout is scheduled.
We've waited a long time for this fight. And that's the opening bell, round 1. Good-looking jab. They exchange punches. Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You see the nerves on a fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
She got clipped by that counter. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Straight right just misses. Perfect counter shot. Back and forth they go. The jab doesn't quite connect. Punch, counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. for a net. Here we go for round two. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's always on their toes, trying to get their opponent rattled, get them off kilter, get them out of their rhythm.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
He wasn't ready for that counter. Lucky that hook didn't score. Punching. A very competitive round here so far.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. Terry Harper in some serious trouble here. They've avoided catastrophe there.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Big shot sends Harper to the canvas. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Listen to me. Are you okay?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues? It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round.
The sweetest thing. Yeah. I live all the joy of